Hi everyone, Sarah Noda here with Urban Sketchers, and I'm going to show you how this ugly orange gadget can change your urban sketching game. So let's get started. Let's start with a fun little share of a sketch I did this week with NYC Urban Sketchers. This is Citrovia, and Citrovia is an adorable little pop-up here in NYC. It's all about lemons and citrus. It's essentially an art installation. It's free, it's outdoors, and I just encourage anyone that lives here in New York City to go ahead and check it out. It's worth it, and there's a lot more to see than just what I sketched right here. Alright, so how can my ugly orange gadget up your urban sketching game? Let me show you. When I sketch on location, I often bring a chair with me, and this is just imperative because it gives me so much more flexibility on my composition of where I want to sketch. So what ends up happening is I often have my sketchbook sitting in my lap, and I have nowhere else for my supplies to go. I don't have a table, I don't have a bench to put them on, so I need a solution that works for this. And that's where this comes in. What is this? This is like a mechanical wristlet. It's something that I think like handy women and construction workers use. The brand is called Top. I got it on Amazon. I think it was like really cheap, like $10. What makes it magic is that it's magnetic. So this surface is entirely magnetic, and it also has a handy dandy little pocket right here, which is indispensable in my opinion. So let me put this on and show you how I use it. When I put this on, I put it on so that the magnetic surface is on the inside of my wrist, because I'm often holding my hand this way. So we're going to tilt it just slightly. I use it with my metal palette, of course, because it's magnetic. That's what we're taking advantage of. So this is just your standard magnetic palette. This happens to be Whiskey Painters, but you can find these on Amazon for like $10. There's lots of brands, Medine, all sorts of off brands. Pretty much they're all basically the same. When you take your paints out, you now have a really large mixing surface, and your paints are backed with metal as well. So I take my paint and I pop it onto the magnet, so it's right there, easy for me to hold on to. And on the back of my palette, of course, we have this thumb hole, because, well, it's not a hole, it's a wire, a thumb wire, to make it easy to hold. So that I can pop on to my hand right here. So this works well when my sketchbook is in my lap, and I then have paint and a mixing surface on my other hand. Now that little pocket is so great because I can take my travel brushes, and now those are right at hand as well. All right, I know what you're thinking. Where does my water go? I need to rinse my brushes. Now, some sketchers use these lovely water brushes, and for me these are okay. I really prefer a traditional brush because I like to dry my brush out. Sometimes I put a good amount of water and a good amount of paint down, and then I just want to lift out the highlight. And when you use these water brushes, they just don't get dry enough when you squeeze them out on a paper towel to lift your highlights really well. So I still prefer a standard brush. So for my water, I found these cute little clip-on cups at a dollar store in Japan. So I know they're not going to be available for everyone here, but you could look for something similar in dollar stores, or you could also just find a little cup online and just put a magnet on the bottom. There are also cups that are for sale specifically for this that have magnets already on the bottom for urban sketching or for sketching. They just pop right onto your palette. So if it was magnetic, I could just pop it on right here and be ready to go. Since it clips on, it gives me a little more space to have mixing space, so I just clip it on the side, just like that. And I'm able to dip in my paint and paint. Now, obviously, the way I'm holding this now, my water would spill, but when I'm sketching, I'm holding it flat. So it works really, really well. All right, so solution number 2. It's kind of a rare occasion, but on some occasions, I need to hold my sketchbook to sketch. So if I'm holding my sketchbook, I still leave this gadget on with my paint right here, and then this hand has to hold my sketchbook. But then, where do I put my mixing surface and my water? Well, here's what we're gonna do. This is handy gadget number 2. Binder clip, chomp, 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 chomp. Everyone loves a good binder clip, really large binder clip. So, to make this work, I'm gonna take my sketchbook, I'm gonna flip all the way to the back board, hard surface of my sketchbook. This will not work if your sketchbook is a flimsy backed sketchbook. Yeah, it has to be something with some weight to it. So I'm going to take my palette and I'm going to use the thin side of it. When you look at the palette this way, this side has a little bit of depth and this side is the thin surface. So I'm going to place that right on the corner of my palette, or of my sketchbook rather. I'm going to take my binder clip and I'm just going to clip that bad boy on. Now this does reduce this usable surface of your mixing palette. I don't really find that it's that big of a deal to reduce it a bit. And I'll flip my cup to the other side because I like to have that on the outside just in case things get crazy and I spill it. I don't want it to go onto my painting. Alright, then I'm going to flip back to whatever page I'm working on. We'll go to my last sketch so I can show you. And now, ta-da, binder clip. I have my sketch and I have my mixing surface with my water in one hand, ready to go, ready to paint. Works so well. Alright guys, I hope this has been helpful to you and perhaps you want to get one of these ugly orange gadgets to paint with as well on location. But it's a solution that works really well for me. When you're out in the field, you're gonna find ways to make things work for yourself, and hopefully maybe this might work for one of you too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like down below and leave me a comment, and I'll try to make more videos with tips on urban sketching. Thanks guys!